G'day everybody and welcome to Crackin Furphys, the show, but we're just going to talk about some things on. I can't remember what we say, but I'm very excited to have my good mates. We got Ash, we got first time on the show, but he's always been with us in spirit. We got Oliver Chaston. Ollie, welcome to the show, my friend. I hope you're going well. We got your microphone sorted. You're looking nice and orange in that very nice flash house of yours.
The ambience is just unreal.
Absolutely. Now, appreciate you coming here to crack a fake beer with us. Delicious. Yum. But Ash, it's been a long time for you too. Welcome back.
It has. I think it is my first episode since I initially moved to Canada. And in that time, I have lived there for almost 2 years and moved home and been back here for a few months. So it has been a while, yeah.
Been a little while. I think, did we just have Lucas when you moved to Canada?
Oh, you're stretching my memory. Yes.
I feel like you came over when it was just a blob.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. Because I came to visit. Yes. Yeah, and I did my going away thing at the pub there in Millicent. And I would have seen you there that day, I think. And yes, I think he was just a blob.
It was just a blob, just like this one here. I've got my wife's trying to get Lucas to bed now. He's not so good since the little one arrived, and she's just sleeping on my chest. It looks really funny because here on YouTube, I'm at the bar. It looks like it's like midnight. Everybody's gone home, and I'm sat here on a computer chair with a microphone boom arm coming out with a little baby. I look a little bit out of place at the bar, to be honest with you.
Baby
it's not the time or place.
The baby is so still as well. It kind of looks like a prop.
Well, hopefully, if she wakes up, you'll see very much she's not a prop. She's not my little baby born, but I take her around with me everywhere. She's very much, pretty loud when she needs to be, which is good. It's great.
Let you know when things need to be done.
That's right. When she's hungry. When her nappy's full, that's all she lives for at the moment, and quite frankly, I'm a little bit jealous.
Probably lets you know when things don't need to be done as well.
Not really. Nothing needs to be done at the moment. She just needs a little bit of cuddle,
that's fair.
Little bit of a hold, and here we are.
She does look very comfortable. I'd very much enjoy being cuddled up on your lap with you.
Yeah, well, it's not even my lap; it's just my chest. You're a bit too long to cuddle like this.
Yeah.
I would have to really embrace you.
To be a full body embrace.
Yeah, it would have to be. I would have to hold you one hand on the hip, the other one around the chest, just bring you right in nice and close. And just my nose sitting on your shoulder, almost at your neck. Just breathing gently.
This is sounding very sensual.
Oh, no, it's not sensual. We're just mates. It's fine.
I'm also still I know for an audio medium it doesn't really work, but I can't help but laugh at Ollie's face phasing in and out of existence on his screen.
Well, it took a while to work out the audio side of things, and that's what matters. We don't have to. Ollie can do whatever he wants to do with the visual medium. That's fine, and the laptop camera is more than good enough. It's just funny how it works with the fake green screen effect.
Yeah, with the house with such vivid white warm lighting, and he's got that very orange dimly lit face that keeps vanishing every time he moves slightly.
I'm just trying to channel my inner Oompa Loompa, really. I think that might be the go.
That's a good idea. I quite often try to do that too, but I'm a big fan of chocolate. I don't know, would an Oompa Loompa be sick of chocolate, working at the chocolate factory all day? Or do you think that would actually be a bit of a bonus for them because they actually quite like chocolate?
Well, if I remember correctly, I think they were paid in chocolate in the original book.
Were they? Okay.
Oh, well,
I hope they liked it.
I mean, it's kind of
otherwise they
like
can jip.
Sheep farm eating chops, really?
Yeah, it really is.
Just get paid in lamb. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit of a better deal for just getting bars of chocolate. I don't know if you can sustain a family. Imagine Oompa Loompa coming back to their family and just being like, all right, hard day at the factory today, sweetheart, and just a big sack of chocolate, and the kids are like just shaking and like just white with no nutrition, and you're like, here's dinner tonight, kids. Like, please feed us something else, Dad. I'm begging you.
Father, I need nutrients.
They're really like, I mean, the genetic buildup of an Oompa Loompa is the same as a human. The reason they're shorter is malnutrition as a kid.
That's actually a really good call. Yeah.
All they needed
is orange.
Yeah, well, that might be the occasional carrot they get, maybe. I don't know. Or just Doritos as their savory.
Doritos.
That's about all I got for it, really. I mean, I've got the complexion. I understand how it comes about. It might be something to do with cheap light globes and poor special effects. But anyway, it's all good.
Yeah, you need to up that SFX budget real fast.
Yeah, well, I've at least I've been given some tips. I know where to go from here. The old Google search of a bar.
Yeah, that's the extent I've done. You can actually see in the corner because I just very quickly like put my green screen down, put it up, but in the like this was it my right corner, my left corner, your right corner. There's like you can see where the green screen isn't covering. It's just got the floor there.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought that was actually just part of the picture. I didn't even.
Yeah, that's just where the green. That's just where the green screen ends. But yeah, I want to get a picture, so I'm actually like behind the bar, so I'm the barman. That's what I would like to do. That's what would be fun. But.
So you can be in it twice. You're behind yourself.
Well, if we then all get the same picture and morph ourselves in on the seats.
Yeah, see, we can have some fun with stuff like that. But Ashley has to actually get a camera first. That's okay. I can't see I can't see his emotions.
I'm full of rage right now. No, so for some context, I think I did. Oh, I can't remember who I have and who I haven't told this, but my laptop recently, the screen stopped working for absolutely no reason. I did a Windows update. It was working pre-update, post-update, no screen. I tried everything because it works when I plug it into a monitor. But I even wound back the Windows update and it just won't work. So I've just today sent it off to a certain PC manufacturer to be repaired. And I don't have high hopes for it returning anytime soon because of said PC manufacturer.
Oh,
so I'm currently using
go and get like a $10 camera. A $10 camera. I want the worst image quality possible, just so you look like 8-bit Mario or something like that.
Yeah, perfect.
Well,
so I'm actually currently using my girlfriend's PC, and she just doesn't have a webcam. But at least I'm here. I'm just a disembodied voice, but I am here.
Wonderful.
I'm moving rooms. I'm thinking I'm too far away from my Wi-Fi router.
Oh, look at that. The power of a laptop, hey? You can just get up and move.
Yeah. I've also found a warmer room. That's a bit nice too.
I don't know. It looks to me like you're in the exact same spot in the exact same room.
Yeah, I'm trying to shuffle over to my piano.
Wow, this is not going to make any sense or mean anything to anyone who is only listening.
Yeah, that's how look. I'm allowed to make this gag because I'm always the one listening while you're all making visual jokes.
We did have a bad habit of doing that, and it seems we have not learned from our mistakes.
No.
Learning sucks.
It's overrated.
I don't know. When it comes to the other podcasts I do, I put a lot of effort in just to make sure that it is all audio based, pretty much. But I really do treat this as just mucking around with mates, and a lot of it is sort of visual, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe it is just what it is. Come over to youtube.com/iDruby if you want to see what the fuck Ollie's doing with his new house.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you've just heard Drew say that, you'll have to invest in a time machine and then go back in time and then go to iDruby to watch it live.
Why do you have to go back in time? This is just you just check out the VOD.
Oh, I forget what VODs are a thing.
What's a
Yeah, I'm not free to air TV where you've got to tape it. And then if you don't, you miss it.
Yeah, you pause the videotape on the ads.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, what a time we grew up in.
How come I'm the big person again?
Oh, because I made you the big person, because it's funny.
Don't worry, we're
Okay.
just making another visual joke.
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, just another visual joke. So you're all dark now. You're not red. What was giving you the red light before? Just like a
Well,
just whatever light was in that
one of
room.
your old school globe in the other room. Now I've got one of your fancy LED globes in this room.
Oh, he's
Still
moving
not,
up.
still not incredibly bright, but now I'm a lighter dark.
Now
Yeah,
you've been fed
makes
some
sense.
broccoli by the evil overlord Willy Wonka. You've got the skin tone back.
Look, I think honestly, are you calling him evil just from prior things, or is he evil because of the broccoli?
No, he's just evil because the only one of those movies I've seen is the one where he was cast as Johnny Depp, and it was just bad.
Yeah, that was.
He was
Yeah, I'd
cast
call
as
that
Johnny
version
Depp.
evil.
The second Charlie and
2008
the
or
Chocolate
whatever it
Factory
was.
movie, yeah. It was Johnny Depp
yeah.
as Willy Wonka.
Was it really?
Yeah, and it was
Oh.
horrible.
Oh, anyway, that's a Furphy. I reckon it was good.
Oh, you've cracked my first Furphy. Damn.
It wasn't Johnny Depp.
No, it
anyway.
was definitely Johnny Depp. That much I can confirm.
So anyway, buddy Ash, you're back in Australia, and what are you doing back in Australia? What are you up to?
And I went straight back to my old tricks. I'm back fixing big machines, mining equipment. You know, old dogs can't learn new tricks.
Oh, fair enough.
You are a
Fair
hot
enough.
dog.
What portion of big machines do you fix?
Underground mining equipment. So currently, basically just giant bulldozers and dump trucks.
Yeah,
and drills sometimes. They put drills.
What thing on them do you fix? What are you
any of it that is electrical.
All right, copy that. Which underground stuff would be a bit to go on then, I imagine.
Yeah, it's very complicated but very simple at the same time. Like every time you figure something out, it's always simple, but it seems complicated when you're trying to figure it out.
Oh,
unless it's an issue with what's called the CAN network, but we won't go into that because that is really complicated, and you guys don't need an automotive electrical lesson tonight, I don't think.
Well, maybe not on Crackin Furphys.
No, it's not the podcast medium for it. Let's go back to making visual jokes while we can.
And right now, everybody, Ash is wearing a beanie.
The irony of the fact that I am always wearing a beanie, but actually am not at the moment, is not lost on me. But I don't have a camera at the moment, so
another Furphy.
What about you guys as well? What's been happening in the lives of Drew and Olly?
This pretty much. Just keeping babies fed and happy and all that. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Got little wriggle guts on me at the moment. Disturbing her sleep when I laugh, I think. When my chest goes, oh. Maybe she's got something to say.
I'm very much in the same boat. My little wriggle guts is a little bit older than Drew's now. But he has definitely been keeping us rather busy. He's developed a new thing that whenever he your goal in life is to make your baby laugh, right? He's got to the stage where he laughs a fair bit. he cannot laugh without getting the hiccups.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's annoying.
it's horrid. It's absolutely horrid. You get him going on the giggles, and then bang, hiccups come aboard. And if he's only just fed, hiccups end up being bloody spew. So
Oh no!
Oh no.
yeah, I've
Like a
actually,
chain reaction.
yeah. Again, back to the visual bloody gags. I have stains. This is the jumper I put on when I get home from work, so I don't just mope around the house in my work clothes. And it's just covered in shit. But anyway, you get that.
it's actually one of the topics I want to talk about, Ollie, because I don't think I've actually been able to talk to you properly. Like, we haven't caught up in person, and we haven't had like a proper phone call. How is everything going since? Like, how old is Percy now? It's been
Don't make me sound like a shit parent for having to count this out and try and work it out. He's
how do I know?
I was just
he's halfway between 6 and 7 months now. So
yeah, it's been that long.
Yeah, it has. That's just how the way life goes, isn't it? Bloody things get bloody busy, and next thing you know, you're 6 months down the road.
Like, how's it been going? What's some of the, I guess, the challenges that have popped up along the way? How have you found being a dad?
I don't know. It's a very hard question to answer, that one, I guess. Like, I've been enjoying it. I really have. I just love the little fella to bits, really. Like, it is, no matter how shit your day is at work, I come through the doors and walk through the door at home, and here he is. Even when he is being a bit more of a, you get some bad days where it's not all bloody giggles and hiccups. But even then, sort of just the look on his little face, he's at the perfect age. Well, I can generally get a smile out of him every night when I come home. It might be a brief smile before he goes back to screaming about whatever it was that had upset him, but I sort of getting those parts is pretty good. And the difficult part, I guess, is not, I feel bad for Brit, like my wife. She is at home with him all day, and she lives through the screaming and the sad times. I mean, she gets plenty of good times during the day as well, but it's the sad day, it's the sad moments that resonate with you more. She's sort of stuck in the loop of this child that gets hungry and screams at her, or has sore teeth, so he screams at her. And then I walk through the door, and he smiles and giggles at me, so that's a bit, I feel bad for that as well. It's like, the double-sided sword there. Like, I love the fact that I get a smile and a giggle out of him, but then feel bad that I'm walking into the best part of his day. But gotta earn money to make everything go forth, don't you?
Yes.
When he does giggle when you're walking at the end of the day, does he immediately get the hiccups?
No, there's a difference. There's a difference between I don't know. You sit there, like, you do a fake belly laugh to him, and that gets him trying to give it a proper amusement giggle, while his giggle I get as I walk in at the end of the day is I don't know. I'm sure Drew probably understands what I'm trying to say without achieving. Hello, Chantel.
Some more quick visual based content.
Yeah. Whoops, my bad. But no, I don't. He doesn't get hiccups immediately as I walk in. I get the less full-blooded giggles, so the hiccups don't quite get there. You got to keep that fine line. I know where the tightrope to walk between a happy baby and the bloody hiccups.
Well, if he's anything like I am when I get the hiccups, he wouldn't be very happy.
No, yeah, he luckily it doesn't slow him down too much. He'll then continue to try and laugh between
that's good.
but it's just the spewing thing then. Oh, and just
Oh yeah.
geez, you get sick of spew. Oh, so sick of spew.
Some people pay good money for that.
Yeah,
Really?
not on this streaming service.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah, not on YouTube. No.
a different tube maybe, but not YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. Look, What about you, Drew? How's two up? How are you getting on there?
So far, the little one's pretty easy. Well, not easy, but simple. It's the 2-year-old, but it's tricky at the moment. It's just he won't. He was so good at going to bed. We used to say time for bed, and he'll get up. He'll go to bedroom, climb into bed. We'll shut the door, and that's it. Now it's 20:09, and he's screaming at the door. So,
yeah.
No, that's sort of the biggest change, unfortunately. Just trying to sleep train him again and all that. I'm sure we're going to go through other challenges when Layla gets older. Once she needs to be sleep trained and all of that. So, yes, no, it's stressful, but there's a lot of fun moments in there as well. I think, being a dad's like probably the best thing I've done. It's I'm just saying that as I'm just listening to my toddler literally smash against the door. I'm like, so maybe.
This is awesome.
So that's why I said a little bit reluctant there. But I think it is. I'm literally in the thick of it right now. Chantel's
once you get him down, like he's struggling to get him into bed now, clearly. But once he goes, does he at least keep with it until a decent time? Or?
Yeah, he usually does. The other night he woke up and that was a mess then too. But it's just unfortunate because we had it so good. We had it so good, Ollie. So just remember that if you ever have it good, just know that it's fleeting and you'll never get it.
Like all things in life.
That's
right. Look, I honestly feel like I think this might be the peak right now. Like, where he's mobile. You sit here, he spends a lot of time just sitting on the couch next to me. Like I sort of, I do big days and that type of thing. So by the time I get home, I'm really just looking to just sit down and not even necessarily like I don't always put the TV on. Like it's at the moment with the Olympics, Brit's I like the Olympics too. I'm a bit intrigued by it. So TV's sort of always running with the Olympics on it. But generally, I just go home and I just sit on the couch and I'm a sucker for TikTok. I just sit there on my phone watching TikToks. And Percy just sits next to me, like he just sits up like a little human, which is ironic considering he is one. But but it's just that like
is that irony or is that just explaining what he is?
Yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, English isn't my strong suit.
Just explaining what's happening.
All right. So anyway, I love that. Like he's no longer he's not mobile. He's not crawling around. Like I can still put him somewhere. I can put him on the couch, and as long as he's not too close to the edge, because he loves a good wiggle and a move around. And if he's too close to the edge, every chance he's going to go splat on the floor. But he sits up now. It's not like early in the game. When they're a proper infant, and you can't even really sit them up. They sort of just lay out flat, and that's the best you got. You know, he actually, I can prop him up even just on like a regular seat if I'm just carrying him around, I'm doing stuff, and I've just got to prop him up somewhere just so I can have two hands for 5 seconds, and he'll just, sit there and watch me. He's incredibly inquisitive already. He just sits, he's happy to sit and watch whatever the hell dumb shit I'm doing. We got glass sliding doors on the front of our workshop, and if I'm like, I do a bit of welding and stuff at home, and if I'm doing that, I put him inside the shed with the glass doors shut, just so there's no chance of me accidentally showering him in sparks or something like that. And and then and he'll just sit there and just watch. He'll go from, he might be having a moment where he's a bit grizzly and a bit upset, and just I don't know, fire up the angle grinder and Bob's your uncle. Away we go. Little champ, happy to sit there and watch me just make sparks.
Just so I'm aware, when you say he's watching you weld, he's not looking directly at your welding arc, is he?
No. In fact, I took a short little video the other day because I was sitting there trying to weld something up, and I've got him behind the bloody double glass doors, and like I'm shielding him, so I'm basically welding with my back to him, so there's no way that he can cop an eyeball of what I'm doing. and then I'll like look over, and my dog's just dead eye staring what I'm doing, and it's like, oh yeah.
Oh, the dog's all right.
Yeah,
Dog's
it's like,
yeah.
The dog's nearly 6 years old now. He can go blind. He'll be right.
Yeah, be right.
Definitely, it's definitely more important for me to shield my child's eyes than my dog's. But yeah, anyway, I just found it awfully amusing that I was going through all this. I was putting in some great deal of effort, because like I just don't want him to catch a welding flash at all. Like that's just, it's just not fun. And we call him the Moth. Our little nickname for him is the Moth, because he is a light starer. He just stares at lights. Take him out in the sun, and he will bloody throw the head up to look into the sun and then immediately regret it. And you watch that. I do love that. It gives me a little bit of a giggle that he looks up, and then they sort of like, they shake their head. They're like, oh shit, that's bad. That's wrong. They sort of understand. He does understand that he shouldn't be staring at the sun. Not that I give him all the opportunity in the world. I try pretty hard not to let him just stare at the sun either. But yeah, he's just drawn to light. I've got these little. Do I have one close? No, I don't. I have these little balls. They're called orb lights. And they're just a rechargeable torch that's just a nice dull light. And we use them during the night when we're changing his. If we got to change him or something like that, you don't want to flick on a full blown light, but you still got to be able to see what you're doing. So we run these little orbies, and like, you just, it is good because he just stares at the little orb light while you're changing his nappy in the middle of the night. So he, something to distract him, which is kind of nice. But just likes lights. Walking through a plaza somewhere and. Just eyeballing the lights. Little Moth. Percy the Moth.
Percy little Moth. Yeah. No, I like that. He just like, what's it like being a dad? Oh no, my son, he loves lights, mate. He's all about those lights.
Yeah.
Call him Todd.
He would be in heaven at this bar. Oh my god, he would be like, oh dad.
Oh, you're loving that. Man. Look at that.
What's this
little
light up here, daddy?
Around.
Ooh, what's this one?
Just a bit more visual gags before we kick on.
Yeah, look, I can't wait. I'm anticipating he's gonna love fireworks. He has been spotlighting with us before as well. We put a pair of earmuffs on him when we go spotlighting, and he just sits in his car seat. We jam him in the we got a little dual cab ute that I was given that we take out spotlighting, and he gets just jammed in the back seat of that, and he comes out, and he generally, like, he might be awake for maybe the first shot, and then he might be awake by me bloody cursing because I missed it, but after that he falls asleep pretty quick, and yeah, even a high-powered rifle, the little bastard doesn't even flinch. So I'm tipping fireworks is going to be the go. I can't wait. It's going to tick all the boxes, loud bangs and lights to watch.
It's going to tickle the itch for sure.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, that's the story of Percy and the story of Ollie's dad life. Yeah, it's been a 6 months to open my eyes very wide. Lots changed.
It does, doesn't
Lots
it?
changed. Yeah.
Do you feel yourself
absolutely.
like how are you going personally when it comes to, like, I guess getting enough rest and stuff to do, the stuff you enjoy, all of that type of thing?
Like yeah, probably not the best.
Yeah.
I am sort of, I've got a short fuse. I ran a short fuse beforehand. I am very happy to say I've probably got the best patience when it does come to Percy. I managed to really rein in my patience quite well when it comes to Percy. But fuck, nobody else gets it now. Like, I've got a very shallow bowl full of patience that I've got to distribute throughout the week, and it's just all being used for Percy. So everyone else sort of ends up going to hell a little bit. And I'm not real proud of it. Like, it's not something I'm happy about, but lucky enough, I mean, work's relatively reciprocal of it. I work to, like, geez, if I could get some words here straight. I work for a company which is run by brothers, and the eldest brother of the company has 2 sons that are roughly my age, and they are now transitioning into running the company, and they both have children. The eldest, which is he is 4 days younger than me, the eldest son of my bosses. He's now got 2 little girls, and the one a year younger, he has a son who has just rolled over 12 months old. So they get it, it makes it easy sort of in work, because they just understand, they just get it. So when I flip the lid at somebody, or even them, I might sort of get to a point where shit doesn't go my way, and I don't have that little extra 10 seconds of patience to take a deep breath. Instead, fuck it, I'll start throwing shit instead. That sounds better. And
it is hard, man. Like, you're not the only one that goes through, feeling that way. I certainly have my moments too. Don't you worry about that. Like, the last week or so, just dealing with this sleep thing at the end of the day, man. It's just like, I got nothing left at the end. Please, just go and sleep. It's not. It does get to that point for me too. So, don't feel like it's only you. It's certainly not. But yeah, certainly a learning experience. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Ash.
Teaches you.
I hope this works as a good contraceptive. Yeah, no, it definitely does.
Well, I don't know if I've ever actually told you this, but I actually have never wanted kids. So
I think you have said that, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I mean, though. Like this is like
this is just to reinforce the idea. Yeah. Not that I have anything against kids. I just personally don't want any of my own.
Yeah,
it's sort of like, I don't know.
Got a few friends like that.
The future worries me, is the worst part. Like, not so much like I'm happy, I'm confident in overcoming anything that comes my way. You just keep one foot in front of the next, and you just keep bloody plodding at it and just keep moving forward. But it's getting more and more that other people's beliefs, like you just, you used to be able to, if other people believe, want to view things a certain way, it's like, well, go for your life. Like there's, I'm a big believer of anything. Like there's very few things that somebody else can do that will upset me. Like, do as you please. Like go for your life. As long as it isn't gonna directly impact me. Like, you want to go off and, I don't know, let's go an example of drugs. You would go take drugs. Well, go ahead, go take drugs. You want to jump in a car and drive past where people that I love or just myself, it's like, well, now we've got a problem, And it's sort of, that's the type of thing that, that's where it's sort of getting. That's the type of thing I'm sort of, I guess that, you can fix your own stuff, but if other people are going to sort of be around you and throw their problems at you, how are you meant to fix their problems? Like, you just sort of can't. I'll just go and be, what was his name? Was he Donnie that used to live in the caravans out there at bloody Beachport, Drew?
Donnie. Yeah, there's a few people like that. Yeah. Oh no, he wasn't out in the he didn't live in the scrub. That was another bloke.
Yeah, what was it? Yeah, you know the one I'm talking. Old mate had all the bloody.
Yeah, because we went there because we thought he had his dog, but it wasn't his dog.
Yep.
Or
no, it wasn't.
So we went to his random like bush shack in the middle of nowhere, just like full of, it was like skulls and that, like leading up to it. Like, what the fuck? It's like cannibals den.
Old mate is just, if he found a kangaroo skull on the side of the road, it's like, oh yeah, that one, that's getting a piece of string through it and it's hanging from your tree.
That's getting added to the collection.
Yeah. Anyway, so I might be there. I mean, give me another 20 years. Once Percy's old enough and he's moved out, Ollie's just moving out the bush. Uru it, I reckon. Can't wait.
Uru it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Uru you.
What you said though, it's just like a massive sort of shift, just the way you think. Like, it's all about, I guess, yourself and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish and all of this. But when kids come into the picture, it's very much like, you move into that, I guess, that guardian mode where their best interest is at heart for the most point. And of course, you got to think about yourself as well, because you need to be strong for them to be the best role model you can be. But it definitely does change things, because before it was very much like, I don't know, for example, just using Ash as the example, because it's the third person here, it's like, oh, look, if you want to, do drugs or, all these things, like, go ahead. Like, I don't think any less of you or anything like that. But when it comes to like your kid, it's like, oh, well, I don't particularly want somebody out there who's like going to be like a drug dealer or something like that, potentially, if it's going to lead on and affect our home too. So, it just becomes, it as an adult, you can sort of move past these things, but it's the influencing factor. And it's just nice to, who knows where it will go. We'll wait and see, won't we? Things in Russia might ramp up yet.
You got a lot of time to wait and see.
You do.
Oh,
don't worry.
Well,
Trump will fix that.
Oh, God, isn't that?
Well, he miraculously fixed his ear, didn't he?
God, I don't know if we should get political on this. I get this is one of the
politics is.
I get ramped up. Yeah, I get ramped up about this stuff so much. All I can say is I honestly, the entire time I've ever seen or heard anything of Trump, I take it as he's pulling the piss. Like I've always been, he's not serious. He's just pulling the piss, isn't he?
It does seem like that.
I think he is actually serious, eh?
He's pretty serious.
It's gotten to the point where it's so ridiculous that I just don't care anymore. Like, it's so screwed either way that I'm like, well, what's the point in like even having a stake in this claim? Because you just like, it's trying to pick the lesser of two evils, isn't it? It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I just don't even keep up with it. I am much happier not knowing what's going on Ignorance
I might
is
have to
cancer,
delete TikTok, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely TikTok and even YouTube Shorts and all that. It's just it's a cesspool. Because for me, like when the A the A word Trump thing happened,
Oh,
I'm just saying that because we're on YouTube. For some reason, I don't like people saying that.
all right.
But yeah, I
all
was just looking up news when it happened, and then all of a sudden, all of my algorithm is just all Trump. I'm like, oh Christ! Like it's just so draining. Just count our blessings that we don't have to actually vote because we're not American. So
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I
lucky,
actually
lucky for that.
I recently deactivated my Instagram, and now I have no social media, and it is actually
Nice, man.
so nice. Like the
Oh, yeah.
closest thing I have to social media is Discord. I have Reddit, but I don't really use it. It's only there for if I want to look something up in particular. I never open it really otherwise. And yeah, it's very nice. It's
Yeah, I
much easier.
I delete the apps off my
Cleansing.
phone so I don't use them, which is nice. Like throughout the day, you're not checking it and using it. I've got them on my iPad because I do need to post some things and look up some things just for podcasting and just gaming and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't have it on me throughout the day, which is good because yeah, it just fills your mind with stuff that's just not relevant or necessary to be taken up energy throughout the day. Even good energy, like even if you're checking it like again and again and it's good energy, like it's like, oh, this is exciting or that's cool. Like it's just even that's not good for you. So it's not
well,
really,
they particularly design those things to keep you checking them, and it
yeah,
takes a
100%.
toll on your mental capacity. It's just, and it usually sometimes it is good, but usually these days it is negative, and it is just like perpetual existential dread, and it's nice to get away from that.
Like even in
absolutely.
gaming on Twitter, like there was so many people just the algorithm just sort of seems to favor people just like bagging on like an Xbox or a PlayStation, but like super fans who like hate the other brand. It's like so weird. It's like, are you an adult? Like just play your video game and enjoy yourself. I don't know why you have to be on here like making a scene over something so trivial, but even something as silly as that, let alone when it comes to something like important like politics or legislation that actually affects people's lives over in America and even here when there's not like an election cycle as well. Gets a little bit rough as
Yeah. And it sort of makes like when you see what's happening in the US at the moment, it makes Australian politics seem so like inconsequential. Like our problems
it is
so much smaller and so much like there's no far reaching from our politics like there is with the US. Like it basically only affects us. I guess indirectly it might affect countries like Indonesia, PNG and New Zealand, but apart from that that's about it. And even I say them, it doesn't affect that much. Some of them it does, and it can be very negatively, but they also, for them, there's probably no good solution either. But yeah, it's just when you see what's happening there and how everyone in the world is looking at it, it makes our politics seem just almost like the arguments they have seems like dumb in comparison.
Yeah, I guess so. We forget how small our country is. We just sort of just by land mass, we're the same as Canada, or almost the same as Canada and US and all that, but we're so much smaller. We're 10 times smaller.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So it's like our problems and all of that. We're not as far. Our spectrum isn't as far just because I guess we've got less people in some ways. But looking at the policies, just like between the two candidates over in the US, like they are like the extremes of both. There's some like there isn't just like, hey, look, I don't want to pay as much tax. I want the government out of my life a little bit. There's no voting for that. There's no voting for, hey, look, I'd like healthcare and like the government to step in a little bit more. There's no voting for that. It is the extremes of both. There is like just the religious folk who just are trying to push their values on everyone, and then there's the far left who are just pushing their values on people. And I think majority of that country is just stuck in the middle, while the fringes are just trying to eat each other alive. And I don't know how they fix it, to be honest with you. I got no idea. Like, there's not really that much you can do. You can vote someone in. You're going to get a policy or two that you like, but then you're going to get some of the other lunacy that comes along with it. So, I don't know. I really
and
don't
then
know.
I guess like when you compare that to Australia as well, it's very easy to like not even know which of our two major parties are meant to be like considered left and considered right, because not much changes when our government changes major parties. Like we have it very easy here in comparison to so many other countries. Like we've had it before where our government's changed, and I've not noticed. I haven't noticed anything different at all in my day-to-day life, even slightly. And it's so easy just to lose track of that.
I think it's more to do with I think like a lot of business owners and that would have stuff to say, because there's a lot of things the government would do to step in and help, or step in and do the complete opposite. Like in our farming communities, there's people are very spoken about what particular parties are doing and what they're not doing and all of that. But I think like for the most part, like you, Ash, if working in the mines, unless anybody if one of those parties steps in and like stops it, so then there's less money coming in and you lose your job, there's probably not that much they can really do to really get, I guess, you to notice a change. But I don't know. It just comes down to people will notice if it affects them. And for the most part, if you're not paying attention to politics, you won't know what's happening and why it's happening. So
yeah, that's true. I see what you mean, but I guess what I mean though is like it's easy to miss unless it affects you directly. Whereas I guess in the US, it almost does affect every single person.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people. I'm sure there's plenty of this. Well, there obviously is. Like, you don't have to vote in the US like you do here. So there's plenty of people who just really don't care. Like, oh look, they probably don't notice anything the government does.
A lot that
that's true.
Go.
Yeah, that's right. And
is it the same in Australia? If you're a convicted felon in Australia, do you still get to vote, or is it?
Yeah, I think you have to. You still have to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
vote on a
we said we weren't going to talk about politics, and here we are.
And then we spent the last half an hour talking about politics.
Yeah, well, we're talking about politics though, but we're not getting too deep into it and like.
Nah, we're not
saying anything like a lunatic.
Fundamentals. We're not pushing our sides.
No, yeah, we're just talking about exactly fundamentals.
Oh, speaking of fundamentals, what are the fundamentals of Crackin Furphys? And I heard Ash has got 2 of them, 2 rounds. So you want to go first, Ash, or what?
I do have 2 rounds of Furphys. Is that what we're getting into?
Yeah, that's it. That was a brilliant segue, Ollie. Go for it.
Thank you. This is my laptop.
How about
40 minutes left of battery?
All right. How about I do 1 round, and then I believe Drew doesn't have a round. So how about I do 1, you do 1, and I finish this off?
That sounds like a go.
So what I've done is, I don't know.
I can hear a piece of paper.
Yeah, I've written them down. I've gone old school. So what I've done is, because it's been so long since I've been on the show, I've actually done my Furphys about my own life.
Oh, you bastard. That's what I've done.
Oh, really?
Oh, somewhat. Along the similar theme, I thought, oh, well, people don't know me. I could do something along like this. But anyway, I'm intrigued to hear what you've got. Let's get at it.
All right. Quick piece of context for anybody listening is the reason I haven't been on the show for a very extended period of time is I've been living in Canada, and I just got back from Canada recently, and I was back for 1 month, and then I went to Europe for 6 weeks. So the first part of my first round of Furphys is about the music festivals I went to when I was in Europe. So these are 4 things that, I've chosen 3 things that really happened and made 1 Furphy. Hold on, my headphones have just stopped working for some reason.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
stitched up.
Oh, no, there we
Ash.
go. Headphones are working. So one of these things didn't happen. 3 of them did. And just for the sake of brevity, because I've got 2 rounds, I'll just say, if you guys want to know things, let's say like 2 questions for each of them, just to keep it moving a bit faster. Okay,
Yep.
so story number 1. I ran into my ex-girlfriend from Canada at a heavy metal music festival in England. I had no idea she was going, and I haven't spoken to her since we broke up.
And this
Story
is the
number
one
2.
in Melbourne? Is this the one from Melbourne, or is this...
No,
One-
my
you said in
girlfriend
Canada.
from... Yeah, my ex-girlfriend from Canada. The festival was in England. All of these festivals were in Europe.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. I gotta
Okay,
open my ears a bit.
So story number 2. I had my phone stolen in the same Zebrahead set that was filmed by my friend, who is also one of the Zebrahead photographers, and now I am in the video clip for their latest single in that same set.
Damn.
That's
Surely that's a fake out. That's true. That's wow. Okay. Cool.
Story number 3. For the second time in 3 years, a band that I was seeing live at a festival in Europe sung Happy Birthday on my birthday.
Second time.
Story number 4. I missed an opportunity to get on stage with one of my favorite bands and sing the end of their most popular song.
So, can you give us the name of that band? Why keep that a secret? Why does that need to be
Well,
secret?
because
name
I
of the
wanted to
band.
bait you into asking that exact question.
Oh,
The band was Hot Milk.
oh, really?
Yep.
That would have been sick.
Oh, well,
getting
maybe
one of
not,
them.
but yep.
Yeah,
That means absolutely nothing to me.
They're a, I guess you'd call them pop punk. They're a pop punk band from the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
I feel severely disadvantaged here. I mean, Ash as a as a human being, as a creature, is very elusive to me. I've got nothing to back up. I know him as a beanie wearing, long haired Yahoo, and I've already been told tonight that he's not wearing a beanie. So I mean,
oh yeah, you're already out of your depth.
yeah, I'm already done. I'm going to
He's
go
just
ahead.
a white dot on the screen.
Yeah, it occasionally pulses. I don't know if it pulses as he talks.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, it does. It
Yeah,
does.
it does. It does. All right. Oh, all right. Just my quick little question is: when is your birthday, Ash?
My birthday. Hold on. I can kind of hear you. My headphones are being weird, but my birthday is the 23rd of June.
23rd of June. Shit, it's 2 days before my wife's. Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long ago. So was he talking about the year before?
He might not be listening.
All of these stories are from when I was just in Europe.
Okay.
All right.
So that one, I'll just read it again. So when I was there for the second time in 3 years, a band I was seeing live at one of the festivals I was at sang Happy Birthday on my birthday.
Oh. I'm going to go. I don't think you've seen your Canadian ex-girlfriend. That's what I'm going with. Because it's one of the only ones I can remember.
That's as good a reason as any.
That's the way.
That's the thing, Ollie. It's hard to remember, isn't it? We need to like write them.
Yeah.
We need people to
Yeah,
actually post them.
We need a
as they
whiteboard.
save them.
We need a whiteboard. Someone has it. Yeah.
A whiteboard each would actually be brilliant. Actually, that's actually not a bad idea. If we all just go and get a cheap whiteboard and hold it up.
That is an excellent idea, actually.
We definitely have to make everybody in the bar round one day. Anyway.
Okay, wait. I'll just do a very quick run through. So, story number 1, I ran into my ex-girlfriend from Canada at one of the festivals. Story number 2, my phone was stolen in a Zebrahead set, and I ended up in one of their videos. Story number 3, there was the Happy Birthday, and story number 4 was I could have got on stage with Hot Milk and sung one of their songs.
Cool. I'm just so hung up on the Zebrahead music video. That's That would be nuts if you're actually in. What I would love to do if I could like multitask at the same time was like quickly go and look up a zebra head just a clip and see if I can find Ash in there. That'd be hilarious. I'm just like scrubbing.
Gotta be a
through it,
long
like,
haired
where's Ash?
beanie wearing Yahoo in here somewhere.
There he is.
I think there'd be more than one in one of their film clips, to be honest.
Oh, that shows how much I know.
You'll blend into well. We'll never find you. We'll never find you.
Where's Wally?
Where's Wallace?
See, I could never make that joke. I forgot his last name.
Oh, you don't know him how I know him, mate. I know him. I know his two names. Yeah, so no.
Oh dear. Well, I'm still locking in.
Sit on his lap and snuggle up.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, you're going with the Canadian ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, absolute bullshit.
I'll go with number 2.
You're going to go with the zebra head.
Oh, well, I'll go with it.
Okay. I can reveal that
real,
my
though.
Furphy is that, yes, I did not run into my Canadian ex-girlfriend at a
Yeah, I mean, get up it.
in England. But yeah, the other three were true.
How's that for a game?
If you look
So
up
tell us
the
about the
song-
zebra head movie clip. Yeah.
Yeah, so if one of my good friends from Europe that I actually met at one of these festivals the first time I went, she is a photographer for Zebrahead, not like permanently, but it's pretty regularly when they tour. She'll go on tour with them as a photographer. And I saw her literally, I was in the crowd. She was like walking around taking photos and we hadn't seen each other for a couple of years. Did like a big hug across the barrier. And yeah, if you look up, I have Mixed Drinks About Feelings by Zebrahead on YouTube, then you will see me. It's very early in the film clip. I'm only in it for a few seconds, but it's that part of the film clip is like basically just me. So I'm pretpretty easy to recognize, I think. I'm wearing a Vans beanie and
Nice, man.
sunglasses, I believe.
I'm going to look at the video right now.
Oh, okay.
It's moving so quick.
You'll see me.
It's going to be pretty. Oh, there he is! Jumping up and down. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's actually
right
so cool. I didn't know that was going to happen either. I found out after the film clip had come out, and she made a post about it, and I was like, "What the heck?"
That's
was
crazy,
really
dude.
cool.
No, I've paused it on you now. Can I share my screen? That'd be cool.
Yeah, do that.
And just quickly for the other two, the band Atreyu, I saw on my birthday this year at one of the festivals. It happens to be the same birthday as there I am.
Oh,
as his
cool is that?
daughter, the lead singer's daughter. So he sung "Happy Birthday" for his daughter. And then 3 years ago now, I saw the Hives, and I actually can't even remember why they sung "Happy Birthday," but they did, and it was so bizarre. Because it was just happened to be on my birthday. And then the last one, Hot Milk got someone out of the crowd to sing, I don't know if you know the song Candy Coated Lies. And
that's a good
they
song.
pointed at me first, and I was turned around because of a crowd surfer coming down over my head. And I turned back, and she was pointing at me, and I was like, wait, are you talking to me? And as I was like asking, she moved on to the next person and got someone else up on the stage because I wasn't quick enough. It was so upsetting. But the guy that did get up had a Hot Milk tattoo on his arm and was just about crying. So I'm sure it meant a lot more to him than it would have to me, but it still would have been cool.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. No, that's awesome. I want to actually do like a podcast, just one-on-one with you, Ash, just talking about all of your stories overseas and going to music festivals and that. I think it'll be interesting just to pick your brain and tell some stories. I reckon that'll be fun. I don't know if you'll be interested in that, but...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
God, you are a long-haired, beanie-wearing Yahoo in this, aren't you?
My hair,
absolutely, exactly how Ollie described.
Yeah, that is a very apt description for sure.
Yeah,
because Ollie, if I just
memory I've got,
Ollie, if I go back, I'll show you what it is animated. Just there he is. That's it. Boof.
Bang.
Did you say?
Yeah, it's only like a second, but it's there.
Nice, it counts. It absolutely counts. All right.
Counts.
Well, Ollie will jump in with his.
Well done.
Now, Ollie's theme was not necessarily about him, but about the little old quaint town in which he lives in.
Ooh.
I've got 3 stories, one of which
doxing
being
yourself?
a furphy. What now?
Are you doxing yourself?
What
Are you giving away your location? So people can come and find you?
Should I not do that? Yeah, come on.
I don't
come at me.
know. Yeah, it's up to you, dude.
So here we go. So, well, I won't say exactly where then, but I mean, Drew knows. And for Ash's benefit, it's a small town consisting of 1 corner shop, 1 post office, and a pub. So
I believe I know the town.
Oh, good on you. All right. So anyway, I should have wrote them down, but I didn't write them down. So I'm going to remember them off the top of my head because I've been thinking about them all day.
That's a dangerous game, Ollie.
It is. Story 1. Man has his tent lit on fire and then chased away with an axe. Story 2. Off-duty police officer. Oh no, that's probably the wrong terminology. I should have wrote them down so I sound a bit more better. Off-duty police officer punches civilian on parole. And car out of control. Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? Anyway, out of control car narrowly misses driving through the pub. So there we go. You got any I do, like, I know the details to them all, so just rattle some questions at me if you want.
All right, so you're in the town. Why is there a guy with a tent in the town? Why was it set on fire?
So he decided, it turned out old mate was a registered sex offender.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had to retract my immediate laugh.
Yeah. He was a sex offender, and he was camping too close to a man that had kids. And it did later come to light. Like, I think it come to light, he didn't have ill intentions. That wasn't why he was camped so close. He was just an undesirable that generally couldn't camp anywhere else. So he was just like walking his way across the country. I think he was all on foot. And one of the locals was not too happy with him camping that close to his house, and he decided to set his tent on fire and then chased him off with an axe.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yep. The off-duty police officer punched a bloke. It come to light because the police officer ended up with 6 months paid suspension. Because old mate, he was on parole for assault anyway, and was spewing homophobic slur in the pub, and the copper had enough of it, walked up and just snotted him. And the pub, I think I probably don't start good when I say I think, at approximately 3:00 in the morning, an individual intoxicated and under the influence of drugs lost control of his car and narrowly missed the front of the pub, and ended up just taking out the bin and a couple of signposts and made quite the debacle. He did flee from the scene. Like a debacle. Well. He fled from the scene and then returned once sobered up and handed himself in.
Oh,
so you're saying narrowly missed the front of the pub, like no damage. The pub's fine. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. The pub got out of it scot-free. Just lost the council paid for bin out the front and a couple of signposts. He did. Oh, and he did take the fence out on the local park.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to go with a stab.
Yep.
I think it is story number 2 that might be the Furphy.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. One of the stories has confused me, so I'm not sure.
That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna
There's
go
every chance in
number
the world that. Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna go number 3.
Yeah. Got anything to back yourself up there, Drew?
Oh well, I don't want to discuss it until it's locked in and done. Because just because what I'm going to say. But what's going on? Thanks, mate.
Well, I'll admit I think Drew may be onto it in all its sense, but yes, story number 3 is the Furphy. The car did not miss the pub. It went straight through the front bar and made it all the way into the dining room.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, and that's why I didn't want to say it before, because I would have just said, "Why do you think it's that?" Well, the car did hit the pub.
Yeah. I guess you have the added advantage of you live in the area as well.
Yeah,
so you know.
I always thought, I didn't think I was going to be able to pull the wool over Drew's eyes too well, because it's just something that I think we've possibly talked about anyway.
Yeah, we have, and I would have been at your place, and you're probably dying for a schnitzel at one point, and you couldn't get one.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. It was an absolute travesty. It happened. What was it? October was a year before last. Is when it happened. Not October, must have been November. We're in Tasmania when it happened. It was such a shame. Lost the pub. New owners had only just bought the place and sort of opened the doors. They'd only been running it for about a month and a half when it happened too. It was quite the bummer.
That would suck.
Oh, absolutely. But they opened the doors back again in May. They finally got it open again in May. They had
I was coming back.
Yeah, May this year. It took them till May this year. Yeah. So basically, how long between Crackin Furphys episodes?
That's a good call.
Yeah,
that is good. I like
that. Yeah, bit of a shame for him, and it was good to have him back open again. And they've done a rip snorting job of getting it all tidied up, and it was full of asbestos, and now it's not. That was one of their biggest issues with fixing it up, was the walls were full of asbestos, and then this AU Falcon just shit carted it right way through the pub.
Yeah, I just remember hearing about it because at the time I was shearing, and apparently it was shearers that done it.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a conversation in the shearing community, just because, I don't know, some shearers like their drugs. I think they're early morning drugs
and drive through my pub.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think because I think the issue was they were like in Melbourne or some shit. Like they'd gone to Melbourne and got on it for the weekend, and then had to be back in the southeast for shearing on Monday morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was along the lines of that. So that's why. But yeah, they initially got out of the car and they ran, and then once they'd sobered up, they come back to try and pretend that they weren't high as kites when they did it.
But nobody's ever walking past a car plunged really deep into a pub of which the driver has fled and thought, oh, they probably weren't on drugs. Probably just an accident.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, being the result of a car accident due to fatigue, like I give them fatigue. Like,
yeah,
I've put a car into a tree on cruise control when I've fallen asleep. So
yeah, those guys might have had fatigue from driving all the way to Melbourne and getting on drugs all weekend and driving home. Giving you a bit of fatigue.
Oh, it made me
Yeah, it might
really
be pretty
tired
hard
last
to
time I did
excuse
it.
That's right. No, it's a tough gig. Smacking all those
gig.
chemicals all weekend.
As any legend will tell you.
Yeah, as any bloody lunatic.
His credentials are he's in a zebra head bloody video.
I can't believe that, dude. That is so cool. Like, you know, is the whole music video that show, or is it just from their tour? Like, can you tell if it's from the?
It's all definitely from that tour. All of the bits of the crowd are from that show. I'm pretty sure it was all. The festival was Download. I'm pretty sure it was all filmed at Download, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
All the crowd
That's awesome,
parts
dude.
are from their set at Download.
Unreal.
Nice, man. I have to actually listen to
Or
the song
perhaps
next. I haven't listened to
completely
Zebrahead in so long, man.
Oh, I
I've been
love
since
Zebrahead.
high
The
school.
song's really good.
Yeah,
What sort of
I
what
really
sort of
like-
genre are we talking here?
Punk. It's all
Okay.
punk. Nah, they're more like I don't know what you would call it, like skater punk, I would say, than pop punk.
He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
Say a bit harder than that.
I'd call it like rap.
He was a
rap
skater
rock.
boy.
It's like rap rock, isn't it? That's what Zebrahead is.
Well, yes, some of it, I guess.
Well, shit, I'd be about that. Don't mind a little bit of rap rock.
You could call it rap. It's I don't know. They're sort of hard to categorize like exactly one genre, as most bands are these days. But yeah, I would say like if you want just one genre, it's punk.
Ash, how do you feel
Yeah,
about
punk.
the music industry being more drawn towards individuals and artists rather than bands? Like, bands don't really hit the mainstream anymore, apart from a very select few. How do you feel about that?
So, well, I think for like a lot of people, it's a very contentious issue. For me, I don't care. I just don't listen to artists I don't like, and that's the easy way around it. I don't think it needs to be an issue. I think people like to draw attention to things that they don't agree with, and like people don't have to agree with it. It doesn't bother me, but you don't have to tell me that it's an issue when I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
the
not
simple
saying you're an issue,
solution.
I'm just asking you.
No. I'm not saying that you are. I just think that like people like to blow things out
Stop
of
confronting me.
I think that if everybody just listens to the music they like and shuts up and doesn't judge other people for listening to the music that they like, then problem solved.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. Everybody
I hate it.
hold hands and sing "Moment" from Ash Wallace.
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to be wholesome, but just like don't get mad at other people for listening to their music. And then like commercial is always going to do what commercial does. The big artists are going to make more money, and pop music, what is popular is solo artists, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's just what people want to hear. Well, the majority of people want to hear. But it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. It's just whatever. It is what it is.
Sounds like Drew
that's
is
fair enough.
much more passionate about the audio.
Oh no, it's just something that I've noticed. Like, you never hear bands anymore. Like when we were in high school, it's like, oh look, Fall Out Boy's on the radio, or whatever. But now it's none of that. There's very few. It's like Imagine Dragons, but it's like some older bands come up every now and again, like Coldplay, and just mega bands from the early 2000s and 90s. But you don't really. There's no like, oh look, here's the newest hottest band playing, and all the kids love them. It's not really seems to be a thing. But
I think
something I
solo
noticed. It
artists
doesn't offend me.
Solo artists are a lot more marketable, which really helps.
Yeah.
Now that since they've realized that's just the direction that it's gone in.
I mean, it's
it's
all a
just-
money grab now, anyway. Like that's
it
that's the
is.
issue. They're
People
only
will
Always
do-
was. Yeah.
money. They're making
People
money.
will do whatever makes them as much money as they can, and like I
Yeah.
don't blame them. If I could do that, I probably would. But
I
I'm
mean,
never going to be able to
$20
do
is
that.
$20.
I'd do it for 10.
Ooh,
It's just something that's I think it's been brought on mainly by social media. I think people are looking towards social media for like relationships with people, and like say there's your favorite TikToker, your favorite YouTuber, your favorite podcaster, and there's like your favorite singer as well, and it doesn't really translate all that well to bands. So
No, yeah,
I think that's probably where we are.
that's sort of like part of the more marketable, I think. Pop music, like, yeah, it just by definition, it is popular music, and what is popular is whatever's the most marketable at the time and at the moment, and probably forever from now. Really, it's gonna be solo artists, and it's also the pop music and just like what is popular is dropping in BPM. If we want to get technical musically, it's getting slower, basically. Because it used to be like even solo artists used to be more rock, I guess, pop rock, and now it's like more R&B and things like that, which is all categorized by lower BPMs. So yeah, your pop music is gravitating towards solo artists and slower music.
Interesting. Yeah. Because I thought, just when you think about pop music, you think about upbeat and faster. So that's sort of an interesting concept.
Yeah, I think there is still a lot of it that is, but then like if you think about it, like Billie Eilish, one of the biggest artists in the world, all of her music is quite slow. It's not like a good sing along and boppy, but it's just a slow BPM. It's not like fast, basically.
Yeah, that's a good point. That just gets you like, you can't help but just like to move at least one part of your body, just like,
that's the thing with
like the song or not.
With all of it now, there's so many like they're just earworms too. Like as you're talking about, I'm sitting here thinking of that Post Malone and Morgan Wallen song. I had some help. That's just constantly running in my head rent free. Like, geez, I get some songs stuck in my head.
So I don't.
I've been listening to go speak.
I was just gonna say I don't want to, at risk of sounding like a pretentious hipster wanker or whatever. Yeah, just at the risk of sounding like a pretentious hipster wanker, I never know like these songs or these people when people say like I think I've heard the name Morgan Wallen before. I don't know who it is.
So you manage pretty well to just completely stay away from mainstream music.
Yeah, I don't listen to the radio.
I don't know who that is either, to be honest.
Don't you?
I don't know who Morgan Wallen is. No, is that who you
Morgan
said?
Wallen? he just got big on Wallen something. I don't know. Anyway, he got big on America. It's like either America's Got Talent or American Idol or one of those things. He went on and I can't remember if he actually won or it was just like one of those things that he just got noticed from it. Predominantly country.
Yeah, country's not my forte.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite all right. I'm trying to look for. I can't remember the name of said band that I've been listening to some of their songs and really getting around. So I'm like just quickly scrolling through my playlist on Spotify to drop a name. But yeah,
Ash, did you listen to Kids in Glass Houses? Is that a band that rings a bell for you?
I literally saw Kids in Glass Houses in England just before I came back to Australia. They were really good.
I just brought that up. Yeah, I just brought that up because like the first time in like 12 years they released a single. I'm like, oh shit. So that's
really?
cool. Yeah, I just noticed they got a song called Vulnerable.
I've just thought of a fun game. I'm not going to do it now because we've already been recording for an hour and 20 minutes and I also haven't had dinner. But I think
it was early for you, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I've just thought of a game that I want to play with you guys next time we record. It's going to be, I'm going to read out an artist from my Spotify liked music, and I'm going to keep reading out an artist until somebody recognizes one of them, because I feel like our music tastes differ greatly.
Absolutely. Anyway, I found the band I was trying to bloody remember. Punk Rock Factory.
Punk Rock Factory. I haven't heard of them.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
another.
They I don't know. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know if they do any original music. They predominantly do covers, punk rock covers
Oh,
of
okay.
anything.
Oh yeah.
Predominantly Disney. I'm a lover of Disney songs. God, I can vibe to a Disney song, and these guys just do like a punk rock version of Disney songs. And
Yeah.
yeah, look, if you see a grader driving past and Ollie's in it, you just never know what music I might be belting out inside that.
Ooh, what kind of grader is it?
It is a 12M cat.
Yeah, I used to fix cat graders. Well,
Yeah.
a few of them.
You want to come and fix mine right now? I was meant to be out in it all day today, and it all turned to shit on me.
Is it an electrical problem?
It absolutely is not.
Then probably not.
I
want to go back to a couple of points both you guys made. Ash, when you said like, oh, I don't think we have the same music type, I feel like I'm just discovering random bands on Apple Music. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but it sounds good. Then I bring it up to you, you're like, oh yeah, I know those guys. I saw them live.
Like that's true. You did just do that with Kids in Glass Houses.
Well, there's them who I've known forever, but like the other day, a couple of years ago, we were at PAX, and I was like, I think you noticed that like I was listening to Hot Milk or something. I'm like, I got no idea who Hot Milk is, but they sound good. It's just like such a random band name to me. It's like Hot Milk, I don't know, just some random thing. The algorithm led me towards. You're like, oh, look, I love those guys. And it's like,
yeah,
you've done that for like
one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, you've done that for like a few bands I listen to. So I don't know. I think we have a similar taste.
No, that's true. I guess we all like one of the first. I remember way back in the day. Now, one of the first things we sort of bonded over, maybe even before video games, was music. And I remember we were both big fans of Sum 41 back in the day.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Who I also saw when I was in Europe. Anyway,
dude, that would have been unreal, dude.
Bragging about all of it.
Oh no, brag about it. I like hearing like you saying, "Oh, I've seen this band." I should play a game where it's like a pop punk band Ash has not seen live. That would be a fun game to play.
Actually, I really want to play that game.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. I'll go through just the artists I've saved on Apple Music, and we'll go from there. Had a question for Ollie too, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
got the point.
Can't have been important. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, fuck him.
He was going to ask you about your cat grader.
Oh
yeah.
No, I think you boys covered that one.
Yeah.
How's the mole blade on
it? Unfortunately, it's the mole blade out of our original 120, so it's only a 12-foot blade. Very upsetting times. Very upsetting times.
I see Drew's face when I asked that question. He was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I'm not used to being on the podcast where there's two men discussing men things. Usually discussing like just like video games or some all that silly stuff. It's like, oh, here's your mole blade on that grader. No, she's fucking. Oh no, she's no good. I really need an expert opinion before we actually move into the actual fixing of that mole blade. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, you guys were both talking about being dads earlier, and I guess that's probably the most man thing you can do. And I had nothing to share on that part.
Well, you've done plenty of practice. You just haven't quite got over the line. I'm assuming you've done plenty of practice. That's also making a bold assumption on what your sexual life is like.
Nah, I'm a virgin till marriage, pure and free.
Oh, I can respect that. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I respect that.
I'm also a chronic liar.
Yeah, look, just remember, don't let a $10 sun dress bloody cost you 18 years.
Oh my god.
I saw that meme and I found it so relatable, dude. It's so funny. It's like, good, it's not just me. All right. Yeah, because the picture they used for that meme too, I'm like, Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. Oh, so you got some quick final furfies to buddy send us off, Ash, or what? What's the go, mate?
I was thinking about actually saving them for next week, but I'll fire them off. We'll make it real quick.
Yeah, do some quick ones. Rapid fire.
Okay,
Get into it.
So these ones are from when I was living in Canada. These are just 4 things that happened when I was living in Canada. So I lived and worked at a ski resort called Big White. And okay, so Furphy number 1, I fell really badly not long before I moved back on probably the easiest run on the mountain and really badly injured my knee, which is still recovering. And I was also carrying a box of beer because I was going home. And the box of beer tore open, spilled all over the run, and I had to get up off my board, walk around and pick them all up. And maybe like a 10-year-old kid saw, and he came down and helped me pick up all my beers. And story number 2. I beat a winter Olympic medalist in the downhill snowboard cross race, which I am like 100% certain that she let me win. Well, I didn't win, actually. I came second. There was 5 of us, but she came third.
How can you be 100% certain on a furphy?
Well, like, I just mean...
You decide.
Got him. Yeah, right.
She lets me and the guy that beat me can't beat her because there was no way either of us ever should have beaten her. And then story number 3, I accidentally beat almost all of my friends' top speeds on an app called Slopes, which you can use to measure your speed when you're snowboarding or skiing. I accidentally beat almost all of their speeds on my skis on my 3rd try on skis. And story number 4, one weekend I flew from Kelowna, which is where I was living, to Vancouver on Thursday afternoon to see a band that night. The next morning I flew Vancouver to Montreal, which is like a 5.5-hour flight, to see another band. The next morning I flew from Montreal to Calgary to see the first band again. And then the following morning I flew back to Kelowna. And then about a month later, I did something very similar again.
Yeah, Cam, that one sounds like an Ash story. But maybe that's the point. So's the first one.
How dear are flights in Canada?
They're very comparable to here, really. They're maybe slightly cheaper.
Jesus.
That's what
so
you can
just
do,
quickly again,
Ollie, when you're a single man at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so just quickly again, first story, I fell on the easiest run, spilt all my beers and hurt my knee. Story number 2, I beat an Olympic medalist in a snowboard race, which she let me win. Story number 3, I accidentally beat most of my friends' top speeds on an app that tracks speeds on my skis on my 3rd try. And story number 4, all the flying for bands.
All right, I'm going for either 2 or 3. Ollie is the one you're leaning towards.
Well, I mean, he's using the word "all my friends" very loosely. You know, does he actually have friends? Is the key here? They're just acquaintances that he's
remember,
beating.
you can ask a question or 2 before answering if you want.
Yeah. See, the thing is with Ash, he makes friends very easily. He's a very personable guy. Whenever I think about somebody who can just strike up a conversation and make friends and talk with people, it's Ash. So I've got no doubt that he made a lot of friends overseas. I don't think he would have been like me if I went over there and I might have met one person and that's my year. so no,
you're the friend now. Thanks. Bye.
You're my best friend.
I am your problem now.
So this app, you beat all your friends' times. So what was the skill level of your friends when it came? Were they beginners like you? Were they people that grew up in the area and they're very good at snowboarding? What's the sort of circumstance with your friend group?
Basically, when I say almost all of my friends, you can choose on the app like whether you're using snowboard or skis, and you usually like on skis you will generally go faster than on a snowboard. And I didn't beat all of them because one of them was really good on the skis and his top speed was the highest top speed anyone recorded for that season. But I think I beat everyone else, and they were all a lot better than me. I did it like by accident on skis. If
Just
you're not
fell
very
down the hill.
good, but no, if you're not very good on skis, then making the turns can be really difficult. And if you can't make the turns, you can't slow down. And I was basically hit a pretty steep section, and I was too nervous to make a turn, so I just went down in a straight line, which was one of the fucking scariest things I've ever done. But I didn't fall, and I accidentally beat most of my friends' top speeds in the process.
Oh, that's actually
Well
very
done.
realistic. I have been skiing and I can relate to that. The accidentally going fast part.
I've never gone skiing. I've
Also,
never
for
been
the
skiing.
record, I snowboard. I've got a set of skis, and I've only used them not many times, and that was, I think, the third time I ever used them. That happened.
Just to beat your friends
Yeah.
and make them feel like shit.
Some of them were very upset with me when I did it.
I feel like there would have been moments in time when you would have been thinking, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh, the entire way. As soon as
Yeah,
it started
yeah.
getting fast, and I was too nervous, because if you like going fast and you try to turn to slow down, but you hook and you like dig in,
You eat
then
shit.
you will just go. Yeah, you will. The faster you're going, the more you get hurt.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I figured I'll just go
And
down in a
the
straight
longer
line,
you're
so that
scared
doesn't
about
happen.
it, the faster you get. And the faster you get, the more you're scared about it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a feedback
no, that's plausible. It's definitely plausible. But the whole aim here of making a good furphy is having something plausible.
That's right. That's the game.
Nah, look,
what's
I
number
don't
two?
like
What's
all
number
this
two?
jet fuel.
What's number 2? That was the Olympic medalist race.
That's right. So tell us about that. Why was the Olympic medalist was just there? Was that a friend of yours? What's the deal with the Olympic medalist?
Her name is Tess Critchlow. I believe she is a gold medalist in the Winter Olympic Games for that exact sport, snowboard cross. Or was it snowboard border cross? Snowboard cross, snowboard border cross. I think it's the same thing. That's her home mountain. I think she grew up in Kelowna, which is the town right near Big White. And yeah, it was her home mountain. She's there, I wouldn't say all the time, but fairly regularly during the winter season. She shows up. And yeah, she was just there, and the border cross track was set up, and it wasn't anything official. There was just a heap of us there, and she was like, hey, you guys want to race? And we raced, and yeah, there was 5 of us, and she came third.
Okay. That's a good story as well. I'm going to ask more about the fourth story. So obviously you go to a lot of bands, but this is a little bit extreme when it comes to going such long flights in succession, just one after another, just going around the country. What were the bands you went and seen, and why did you go to so much effort to go and see them? Was it because you had a limited amount of time off and you had to make the most of your time, or are you just a crazy man, just doing what you need to do?
So the fourth story, I saw a band on Thursday night. I flew from Kelowna to Vancouver. So that flight's only like half an hour. It's a really short flight. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I had to burp. I saw Wage War. I don't know if you have heard of them. They're a metalcore band. And then I did this one more because it all just happened to line up that I could do it all in one weekend. So in the summer where I was working, we do 4 days, like 4 10-hour days, and then we have a 3-day weekend. So it just all happened to work out that I could do it all on one weekend, and they were bands I wanted to see, and they were all in Canada at the time, so I just did it. So yeah, I saw Wage War on Thursday in Vancouver. The next morning, I flew to Montreal to see a deathcore band called Slaughter to Prevail. And because of the time difference and how long that flight is, I left early in the morning and I got there at like 6 p.m., which was funny. So yeah, I basically got in, went to my accommodation and went straight to the show. Then the next morning I flew from Montreal to Calgary to see Wage War again, just because I had never seen them and they're one of my favorite bands. And I was like, oh, I'll just see them twice this weekend. Why not? And then the next morning, well, it wasn't the next morning. It was meant to be the next morning. And my flight got cancelled and I had to book another one for the afternoon. I flew back to Kelowna to go back to work the next day.
Nice. Ollie, do we need to ask about number one? Because that seems like the silly one you could make up. And I feel like number 2, you could make that up as well if you just like do a bit of research and you understand, like you get like
Where you are
somebody
and
like
who's around.
an athlete's name. I feel like that could be one you could put together. I mean, they can all be put together. That's just where we are with this situation. But he's done a good job.
He
Not too
has.
good a
He
job.
absolutely has. The older, I mean, just the number 4 just hurts my bank account. That's that's all I can think is, holy shit. And that's just the old bloody, I feel like maybe Ash might have been one. I mean, he clearly doesn't like Taylor Swift, but he might have been be a top person upset with Taylor Swift's usage of a private jet. Just no good for the ozone layer. So, I just like to
one at this
see.
point, Ash.
Yeah, exactly. He may as well buy one himself, or I don't know. I mean, think of the environment here, Ash. Really break out the deadly treadly and start peddling your way around these places. I mean,
I'm flying economy and I'm paying for the carbon offset on all my flights.
yeah, good. Yeah, good. All right. No, I just don't like the last one. Doesn't resonate with me. I feel like it's because of the way I feel about it. He probably did it. He probably did it, this long-haired, beanie wearing Yahoo. But that's what I'm sticking with. I'm sticking with my guns. It was the gut feeling. I look, because I reckon, yeah, in a cold landscape downhill on a bloody snowboard with a box of beer. I mean, cardboard, you just can't expect it not to bust open, can you? I mean, we can't fact check the knee. Can't fact check that.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I saw him earlier in the year, and I can't remember like a limp or anything. I'm trying to remember like a bit of like, oh, a bit tender.
Oh well, I can fact check it for you now. It hurts.
Oh, come on, Ash.
He's just sticking to he's sticking to the guns on the Furphy. Jeez,
he is. He's playing the pain game too.
Yeah. I don't know. So what were you doing? What were you doing in Canada? Are you prostituting yourself? Is that how you had the money for these flights?
No, I was actually, funnily enough, fixing heavy machinery there as well. They were mostly snowcats, but we also had a cat grader there.
Oh, marvelous! Oh well, I'm in now. Jeez, he's sold me. Do love my cat grader.
You have to tell
Had a really nice
your par about it, Ollie.
Yeah, look, I just don't like steering wheels, and that's what you got to do. If you don't want a steering wheel, you got to go cat. If it ain't cat, it ain't all that. Nah, bug you. Nah, you didn't take that many flights. Off with you.
Yep.
What do you got, Drew?
I'm gonna go the Olympic medalist number 2.
All right. Well, I can confirm that I definitely did not beat Tess Critchlow in a downhill snowboard race. Drew, nail on the head.
Boom. Got it.
I was holding firm that she wasn't just a nice enough lady to let a long-haired Yahoo beanie wearing like
so. Everything I said about her was true. She does show up to the ski resort pretty regularly, but I've never met her, actually. Never personally spoken to her. The race never happened. She probably is nice enough to let me win a race, but we just didn't happen.
She'll probably just beat you so bad you'll never want to get on a board or skis again.
That's much more likely the outcome. She's that good that she wouldn't even be able to lose if she tried.
She'd be at the bottom and back up the bloody ski lift and halfway back down to you again. And the ski lift wasn't even working on that day.
She'd lap me. She'd get on the. She'd have to wait on the lift and still lap me.
She just skis back up, just somehow.
Cross country skiing, walks back up, still beats.
Oh, shout out to what was her name again?
Tess Critchlow.
Yeah, we'll go her. Hopefully she doesn't hit us up with a copyright like the Pakistan cricket.
I forgot about the Pakistani cricket team.
So random.
That's a throwback. Didn't it happen to us like 2 or 3 times as well?
It happened to us a lot.
You talked about it in the second to last episode, though. That's why it's fresh in my mind, because I literally only listened to it this morning.
That's
I listened to the last 2 episodes this morning.
And we had that joke. I think it was your joke, Drew, and it ended up being the name of one of the episodes. It was like the Pakistani cricket team love a kiss on the lips or something.
Yeah. God, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good times. I haven't thought about that in quite some time.
It's just so random because I just get a Facebook notification because that's where we got flagged. So it's like, yeah, I think it was just like the initials of like their league. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are we getting flagged? Like, we don't use any videos. The music we use was just copyright free stuff. And I'm like, what? So I go into a research. It's just like, yeah, the league over there for cricket. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was.
And it happened again. But I'm like really confused. I'm like, I don't know. Like, this isn't just a random thing. This is like the algorithm or the AI or something's picking this up. So yeah, no, good on them.
It was like the PSL, wasn't it? Like the Pakistani Super League or something like that. From memory,
so. PSL rings a bell. Yeah.
Oh,
it's funny. I don't know. Like I consume a fair bit of audio content because, well, ever since finishing my trade, I've basically just been a machine operator. And I move around a little bit with it too. Like, I'm never stuck in one spot. And it's funny, like, I drive past places where I've worked and I look out and say it's a paddock where I was spreading clay or a road I was grading or something like that. And I get these core memories. I get this trigger of what I was listening to. Like,
it's weird, isn't it?
And yeah. And as for the as for the Pakistani Cricket League, yeah, that was spreading clay at a property up Eckett's Road near Keith, and I can just God, that hits me every time. Every time we talk about it, it's like I just remember Eckett's Road, Keith.
I really I'm still to this day so curious about like what aspect of our show led to us getting copyright struck by the Pakistani Super League. Like, what could we possibly have said or done or used that was flagged?
The only thing I can possibly think of is just the music. Like, there's nothing we can say which is going to trigger the algorithm for them to say like, hey boys, not on. Like, we didn't say, I don't know if we even said the word cricket. Like, I don't know anything about cricket. I couldn't care less about cricket. I'm not going to bring it up. Now I'll probably bring it up every episode.
The only thing I know about cricket is that I don't want to know anything about cricket.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a Super League in Pakistan.
I'd be very.
This is just what they do to get themselves out there and seen.
I'd be very concerned if they were using that free, copyrightless music in anything that they own or produce.
Yes, I don't know. Strange stuff. But anyway, let's wrap it up. Goose has to go and have his dinner.
I do. This is one hungry goose.
Yeah, Ollie needs to go to bed. But yes, getting up early.
Yeah, I guess it's getting pretty late for you guys now, isn't it?
Yeah, almost 20 to 11. Yeah.
Whoa. Putting in the hours for the Furphs.
Yeah, mate. You got to do what you got to do, don't you, Ollie?
And I didn't even have a drink with me. I was going to do it too, and then completely fucking forgot. I'm not above drinking on a school night.
I did have one. I didn't want to bring it up considering neither of you were drinking. I was like, don't want to make them feel left out.
Yeah,
I had one at the start of the show.
I guess before we go, I'd love just to hear, Ollie, what's it been like on your first, remote podcast, your first episode on Crackin Furphys? How was it?
It's good. Marvelous. I don't know if I'm going to be able to listen to it back, to be honest. I'll be completely honest with you. I actually hate the sound of my own voice.
So do I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sound of your
I
voice.
heard
I'm just
Ash
saying.
loves his. But
Oh, that is definitely not true. I don't think there's a person out there that likes the sound of their own voice, though. It takes a long time to get used to hearing your voice back. It's very jarring hearing it when you're not used to it.
I got used to hearing my own voice just through editing the podcast, and then I sort of stopped listening back to it. I just edited it without actually having to listen back to it when I got the Rodecaster. And then I actually went backwards. So then I actually started listening to my voice again. I'm like, oh, like I went back to it. It was kind of strange. It's not like I just started listening to myself and, no, that's fine. But now it's reverted, which is strange.
You need to keep that flow going just to keep the fucking
tolerate my
weird
voice
feelings out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
But anyway, we'll see how we get on. I'm pretty keen. Bloody all about it. I don't know. Don't have any other notes. Sometimes, yeah, you go.
Yeah, you go, man.
No,
I was just going to say you've ran out of steam.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she's bloody.
The way that you said, I was laughing at the way you said, I'm all about it, was the exact way someone who's not all about it would say, I'm all about it.
It's just been to be flat out honest with you, it's just been a big day. And like, the part that I'm not all about is the sitting here talking to my laptop. Like, I just wish I was 20 minutes up the road from Drew and I'd just go, like, you know, I liked, because prior to this, the podcast I'd done, it was I've done an episode of look at that. I've done an episode of House of Mario. Remember, what was that after? That was Lucas's baby shower, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
We all went home because I reckon Ash was there for that too. We had your little studio just crammed, packed, full of the boys, and
wow, I was there for that. That was
I was completely out of my depth because I don't really know video games whatsoever.
That was so funny. I don't know if we even talked about video games. We
really didn't.
Yeah, pretty much didn't. That was fun. That was really fun.
That was fun.
And I loved that. But it's just so far away, Drew. Might be a place coming up for sale in Apsley soon, mate. You come over and bloody get on the market here.
That'll be right.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, wait a minute. We weren't saying where.
Yeah, I know.
You had that fancy word that you used. Job's right. I won't be here for that much longer, hopefully. Or they can come by my house. By my house.
Well, that's when Ash comes down for the holidays, or whenever he comes down next, we should plan something to all have a recording in one spot with all of us.
That would be cool. I'd very much like that.
Yeah,
I think so. So when are you doing that? Pub.
Sorry?
Yeah, go. Don't. I might have found my expiry date.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Let's let Ollie get to bed. Goose have his food. Everyone, thank you very much for joining us, and join us next time. Crack some Furphys. Catch you later, everyone.
I've gotta go home to bed.
That duck didn't know what I was doing. Goose, I'm also dancing. I was thinking that. Is he dancing?
I don't think I've ever not danced when that music is played for this podcast.
I don't even think about dancing until I saw Ollie sort of flashing in the corner. I'm like, oh, I should dance too. I assume that's what he's doing. I can see like a head bobble and the rest just.
No,
send the
call
screen.
an ambulance. I'm having an aneurysm.